exist. Then the fourth reason he is saying is it family tradition. What will happen to the family tradition? For that we will get the answer here today. What is the family tradition? Why? What will happen? He said, right? If all the people die, who will take care of their parents? Who will take care of the small kids, their wives? How will they run the family? So the family tradition. And finally, in 2.6, Arjuna said that he was not able to decide, and his body was shivering. He dropped the Gandiva, and in 2.7, he told Karpanya Dosho, he said, Krishna, no, it is not that, like Karpanya Dosho, Bhagata Swabhaga, Prichamitvam Dharma Samoda Chetaga, Echreyatya Nishchitam Rugitanme, Shishyaste Aham, Shadimam Tvam Prapannam. Now you accept me as your disciple, Shishyasteham, and tell me what am I supposed to do, for I am not able to decide anything. So some of the answers are coming in today's chapter, that is Karma Yoga. Generally, you all might have heard only one thing, that is Karma Karo, Phal ki ichha mat karo. Do your duty, don't expect the result. Don't take the credit of the results that you have achieved it or you have done it, right? So Karma Yoga. So now here again, Arjuna is so confused. So he is going to tell now Krishna, you are going on saying so many things. You sometimes say you fight, sometimes you say don't fight, sometimes if you want you do this, you say. So Ekam Vada. What is Ekam Vada? Kindly tell me one thing decisive. So all the ways are leading to nowhere. If there is so many ways, we get confused. So why don't you tell me one thing which I am supposed to do, Krishna? Ekam Vada. This is what Arjuna is telling Krishna. Karmendriyani samyamya yaste manasa smaran indriyarthan vimudhatma mrityachara sa uchyate. One who restrains the senses and organs of actions, but whose mind dwells on the sense objects, certainly deludes himself and is called a pretender. Hare Krishna Mataji, is the screen visible enough?
Screen is visible, Mataji, but it is small. If you can zoom a little.
It is small. Is it fine, Mataji, now?
Yes. Fine? Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji. So he is saying, Karmendriyani samyamya. All the senses are, all the senses are I am unable to control everyone, because we become slave to the senses, right? As yesterday I told you, last 2 days I told you the story. You remember Bharat Maharaj? Bharat Maharaj got so renunciated. He left his whole kingdom, he left his family, and he came in his sannyasa ashrama. There's a fourth order of the varnashrama dharma. Brahmacharya, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, and sannyasa. So he took sannyasa and came to the forest in order to do austerity. But you see, because of his senses, he got attached to a small dear baby. So it's very difficult to restrain the senses and the actions of the senses. What are the 5 senses? Here, touch, smell, and here touch, smell. See, what are they? Eyes, we are able to see. And smell, we use the nose as the sense organ. We are able to taste. Yes, taste. That is our tongue. And the skin, which we are able to touch. And the ears, which we are able to hear. So hearing, smelling, touching, and hearing, smelling, taste. That is the tongue. So all these things, the sense organs and the 5 senses are beyond control. And the worst part is those whose mind dwells. The mind keeps on asking for more and more and more. Dil mange more. Whatever sense perception, whatever the satisfaction these sense achieve, the mind asks for more. Certainly it deludes himself, and it is called the pretender. So the person who acts as if he has controlled the senses. See, because generally in India we all see so many sadhus with the kamandal and like with the mala, everything. They are subject to their sense enjoyment. You might have seen in Haridwar, etc. They smoke, they use the mobile, and these sannyasis, the so-called sannyasis, do not even chant, but they carry the japamala in their hand. That is because they are not able to control their senses. Okay, so a person who does all these things, that is subject to the senses, he is a real pretender. He cheats not only himself, the society. Finally, ultimately, the Lord who is sitting in the heart as the Paramatma. Obviously, nobody can cheat him, right? He sits there and visually, he knows every single thought of ours. So nobody can cheat him. So what is the work which he is supposed to do? As Arjuna asked, Krishna, you are telling me to do the work. What is that work? How am I supposed to do? See, so here the answer is, right? Lord tells, Lord has given us the Vedas. The Vedas answer all these questions. What Arjuna is asking Krishna right now. Already our Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has given it to Brahma. He is the first knower of Veda, right? Krishna says he is the compiler. Ahameva Vedyo, Vedanta Kritveda Vedeva Chaham. He says, I am the compiler of the Veda. I have given this Vedic knowledge, but who got it first? That is Brahma. Brahma got this knowledge right from Supreme Personality of Godhead. When Brahma was born from the lotus flower of from the Nabi, navel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he did not, Brahma, he could not understand anything because Brahma is the first. Brahma is the first entity which had been, he's also a living entity actually. He had been created and no other living entity was there, right? So Brahma could not understand. But when he was coming through the lotus stem, he could, hear. Actually, it is said in Bhagavatam, he came out and he could not understand anything. Then he again went into the stem to see. Outside, I am not able to see anything. Let me check, go inside. Almost all he reached the navel portion of our Supreme Personality of Godhead. But when he was going, and and when he could not see anything, hear anything, but only one sound he was hearing. He was able to, Brahma. Tap, tap, tap. That is do austerity. Do austerity. What is austerity? Austerity varies according to yugas. There are how many yugas? 4 yugas, right? Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga. All these 4 yugas have different austerities because, if in this era of mobile, if we all tell you, you are not supposed to touch the mobile at all, you cannot use the mobile at all, you all will be feeling, what is the use of the mobile then? Why can't we use it? Because you have it, you want to use it. So according to what is available, accordingly the Yuga Dharma comes. So in the Satya Yuga, there was no transport facility to go to the temple, etc. And lot of, what do you call that, the austerity has not evolved in such a manner that we can travel one temple to another. We can take the darshan of the Lord, things like that, right? So in Treta Yuga, it was the meditation, tapa, the severe austerity of meditating upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Brahma meditated. That is how we got Brahma Samhita. Such a wonderful scripture it is. Brahma Samhita, Brahma has glorified the Supreme Personality of Godhead in that. Okay, so the Brahma now, when he was doing the austerity, the Supreme Personality of Godhead gave him only, it is, one shloka first, and then he gave the Chatushloki. But Brahma is not like us. In that one shloka itself, Brahma could understand everything. Because again, it is, as and when the soul gets deviated from this path of devotion, things become very difficult to understand for us. But Brahma was all in austerity. So he was able to understand with that one particular shloka, whole of Vedas. Okay, so what does the Veda say now? Veda says again, do your duty. What are the prescribed duties? What is meant by prescribed duties? That is the dharma. Yuga dharma. What are you supposed to do in which dharma? What is the activity prescribed for that particular dharma? So we all are supposed to do it. That's why just now you were hearing the translation of the verses of chapter 3, right? What it was said, doing our own dharma half-heartedly or without understanding fully is 1,000 times, many more times better than doing some other dharma, which we are not aware of at all. So we have to, whichever dharma we belong to, we are supposed to do that particular dharma. So what is the dharma over here? See, if we all go to even a birthday party, whoever is celebrating the birthday party, obviously they will expect, if they have invited us, what gift he or she is going to get, what are the gifts today I am going to get. That expectation is there for the person who is celebrating the birthday. But at the same time, people who carry gift to them, they also go with some expectation, what return gift we will be getting. Nowadays, I hear from students, what they say, depending on the return gift, they decide whether they want to go for the party or not. I have heard my own grandson telling once, few years back, he told, Daddy, I don't want to go for this birthday party. They are giving something, he said, as a return gift. So I don't want to attend this party. You see, this has become a fashion. They first ask what return gift the friend has packed. In school, it's going on. When the invitation is given, the first question the receiver of the invitation asks is, what is the return gift you are giving? Why I am telling you this is a human tendency. This is, see, we all, again, as I told you yesterday, Mamaivamsho Jeevaloke. We are part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. God wants us to love Him. God wants us to go back to Him. God, the Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead, wants us to worship Him. He wants us to glorify Him. So this hearing glorification, expecting things is again nature, because we are part and parcel. All the gunas are with us. All the gunas, qualities are in us, but the quantity varies, right? So all the devatas also, Indra, Varna, everybody, there are different devatas who are the in charges for different activities, like different Panchamaha Bhutas. Our body, the whole material nature, everything is made up of Panchamaha Bhuta. That is air, water, fire, ether, and earth. Okay, so when all these, there are devatas who are supposed to take care of all those things. obviously they will expect something from us, isn't it? Because when we get rain, don't you think the rain god expects, what am I going to get now? Similarly, fire, Agni Devata, he will expect, because if there is no Agni, no fire, no heat, nothing, all the grains need heat. Some moon and sun, both do not exist. Imagine, how will we get grain? If we don't get grain, how will we nourish our body? How can we do devotion? Right? So we need rain. How do we get the rain? That is, once we get the grains, we are supposed to express, show our gratitude to all the devatas. So how do we show this gratitude? By performing yajna. So this yajna brings rain. Rain gives grain. Grain gives us, that is a food what we eat, that nourishes us. With that nourishment, we are supposed to know about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we are supposed to reach Him. That should be the ultimate objective of life. So this is, you see the PPT so beautifully. We came from the Lord, we have to reach the Lord. Everything emanates from the Lord. Everything settles, annihilated within Lord. So the Lord is the creator and the Lord is the destroyer. Also, He is the maintainer. Definitely. That is what Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya. Srishti, creation, Sthiti, maintenance, Pralaya, annihilation. So everything starts from the Lord and ends with the Lord. So the Lord, how He is telling us? Through the Vedas. Vedas telling us, do these are the prescribed duties of the, means dharma of this particular yuga. Every particular yuga, what is the dharma? So I hope you have understood. So we will serve the doubts for the end of the session. So here you understand that Vedas tell us to do the prescribed duty, and those prescribed duty we do, that is known as the sacrifice what we do. Generally it is this sacrifice is known as the yajna. Yajna is not only fire yajna. Yajna is of different type. So whatever gratitude we show to the devatas are the sacrifices what we make. That sacrifice brings rain, and rain is the root cause for the growth of the grain. And grain is the basic source for our food, nourishment, and that nourishment only will give us the even jnana, the knowledge. Okay, so from bodily knowledge, we have to go to the body again, once again. This body is made up of, again, same Panchamahabhuta. Right? So, and even the body has got 5 layers. Layer by layer, layer by layer, layer by layer, we have to understand. Outermost layer is made up of the food what we eat. Annamaya kosha. Anna means the food. Okay, so the outermost part of the body depends on the anna, food, grain, what we eat. Once this hunger is satisfied, only then we can go to the next level, next layer of our body, which is the pranamaya kosha. That is what is more important than only food. Okay, so that will come, I think, in the 13th chapter, Brahma Pucham. We will talk about all the 5 goshas. Before that, yajna we were talking about, right? So the yajna for the Satya Yuga was austerity. Yajna for the Treta Yuga, that is where Lord Ramachandra came, right? Incarnation. So in Treta Yuga, the Yuga Dharma was yajna, fire sacrifice. So, and the third one, that is in the Dwapara Yuga, the Yuga Dharma was temple worship, because transport, everything started, the evolution had taken place. It started. So there was a facility at least to go from one place to another. So the temple worship is the Yuga Dharma of Dwapara Yuga. In Kali Yuga, we have all the facilities. Even then, it is Manda Sumanda. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Mahaprabhu says, Kali Yuga, People have got sumanda, the buddhi. It is, we cannot understand great things. Not only that, even if we try to understand, we have a very, very, very poor memory. So we cannot remember all the Vedas. We cannot remember all the verses what we learn, what are the yajna to be performed, how it has to be performed, all those Vedic mantras. So in the Kali Yuga, people who chant the Vedic mantras, sorry to say, it is chanted by them for only living their livelihood. That is why, so there are so many interpreters. In the very beginning, in the first slide only, we saw pretender. Like they act as if they know everything, but they actually do not know. Ultimately, we are supposed to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How much ever we perform yajnas, we try to sacrifice the devatas, that is again, sarvasya chakam hridi sannivishto matta smritirjnanam apohanam cha vedaischa sarve akameva vedyo. So the Vedas came from the Lord. So the benefit of all the activities which have been prescribed in the Vedas also will go back to the Lord only. It is also mentioned in, again, 4.27, I think. Bhoktaram yajnatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram sugridam sarvabhutanam jnatvama shantim richati bhogeshwarya prasaktanam tayapakarta chevattasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadhavana vidiyate. So in all these things, what the Lord is saying, I am the bhokta, I am the enjoyer, I am the ultimate enjoyer. So even if you try to satisfy the devatas, the ultimate yajna beneficiary of the sacrifice is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the performance of yajna and all are becoming very difficult in the Kali Yuga. People do not recite exactly the mantras how it is prescribed in the Vedas. That is why our Mahaprabhu came, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and gave us this easiest mantra. Anybody can recite with anybody and everybody, anywhere and everywhere, anytime and all the time, we can recite this. What is that pranam mantra of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So yesterday one question came, right? What is Goloka? That time I told all those people, after explaining Goloka, whenever the Lord comes, he brings his Sangopangaya Sayate. That is, he comes along with associates. Here, who are the associates who had come along with him? Nityananda Prabhu, Jai Shri Krishna, Chaitanya Shri Krishna, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are the same. There is no difference. Lord Krishna, only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He came in the Baba of Radharani's mood. He wanted to feel the same love. Why this Radharani is all the time, but serving Krishna? What pleasure she gets by serving me. Let me come in her bhava and enjoy that love. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in the bhava of Srimati Radharani, right? He came with Nityananda, who is none other than the our Adisesha, Balram. In Treta Yuga, he came as Balram. He came as Lakshman, and in Dwapara Yuga, he came as Balram, right? So same here, Nityananda Prabhu, he came as our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's closest associates. In fact, Adishesha comes before the Lord comes only, to keep everything ready, to see that when the Lord comes, when the Lord incarnates, he should not have any problem over here. Though, see, this is what we think, Lord doesn't need. We say, no, why should we offer Bhoga? Lord doesn't need anything. He doesn't. But how will we reciprocate our love to the Lord? How will we tell Lord, yes, Lord, I love you. I want to serve you. How will we say? That is one reason, right? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came with his associates Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhara Pandit, Srivasa Acharya. Okay, so why did he come? In order to give this easiest mantra, so that by chanting this mantra, the fallen souls, can be elevated very, very easily. This easiest formula. You don't have to cook. The food is readily available. You don't have to even order. It is available in your hand. You don't have to even take the, trouble of eating it. It is always there into your mouth. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Such an easy mantra it is. Is there any difficulty in reciting this? Absolutely. So today we will recite again. At the end, all of you, we will unmute everybody. All of us will recite together. So Kali Yuga Dharma is chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. That is Yajnainam Japa Yajñosmi. Krishna says Yajnanam. I am the, Sarpanam Vasuki, Vibhuti Yoga. He says Shashinam, in the stars. So he here says, out of all Yajna, I am the Yajna. What is the Yajna for this Kali Yuga? Japana. What japa? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nama japa. So easy to reach the Lord. So we should not waste any moment in chanting this holy name of the Lord. Then, Yajñashishtashinaschanto muchyante sarvakilbishai bunjate tvagam papa epachantyatma karanat. The devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins. Why? Because they eat only prasadam, the food what they eat, the food which is offered first for sacrifice. So here the boga offering is the sacrifice. That is a sacrifice. That's why I said it's not that only that all the brick we have to keep and we have to put the sticks, the logs, small logs, and then we have to light the fire and do. No, the sacrifice, whatever we do, is known as the yajna. So here we offer food to the Lord as our sacrifice. Others who prepare food for only personal sense enjoyment, verily they only eat sin. Even otherwise also, the Lord takes, when we offer boga, anything, whatever we make, in the gas when we make, we might have put all our negative thoughts, number one. When the food was getting cooked, so many invisible insects might have fallen down. When we had bought some things, maybe just for example, vegetable, on the street, somebody is coming, street vendor, we bargain like anything and we buy some vegetable. So when we bargain like anything, the vendor, poor vendor, he's going on pleading, I don't earn anything, just 10 pi I earn in that. I can't give less than that. We pressurize so much, and that poor fellow, instead of carrying it everything back, he thinks, let me give it at a lower price. But there we are earning the papa. We are disturbing that soul. How much we are troubling that, torturing the soul, in fact, right? So all these papas, will affect us. When? If we only cook for our pleasure and eat for our pleasure. I like this, I want to make and eat. I like this way, very spicy and, very oily. I like this way. I will make in this manner only and I will eat. All these things are eating the papa. That is the sin. So many sin is involved, right? So even the fire, we light the fire. When we light the fire, many insects get killed. So all these things are papa, right? That is why, in olden days, when people that your grandparents, you might have heard or seen, when the first matchstick, when they used to light that Agni mantra, they used to tell. That is nothing but expressing our gratitude, telling that Agni mantra is none other than, oh Agni Bhagavan, I worship you. I thank you very, very much for, giving us this heat. Because of that, we are able to cook properly and eat such a delicious food. So don't you think when we are able to relish that such a palatable food, it is coming because of the Lord's mercy, because of fire and because of earth. Earth is another one of the element of Panchamaha Bhuta. If all Panchamaha Bhuta, imagine for a minute, they do not exist. What will happen? There will be no light, there will be no sun, there will be no moon, there will be no fire, no earth for producing grains. Air, how will we survive? We cannot, right? So that is the reason we have to always, it's a given, we have to be always very, very grateful. That is why we offer. See here, the prasadam is offered to the Lord so nicely. And anyway, the Lord is not going to eat, right? It is going to come back to us. We are only going to relish it. Rather, the food which is offered to the Lord is innumerable times tastier than the food which is not offered to the Lord. Okay, so what is this? Again, as I told you, there are 5 levels in our body, right? What did we see? Annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, mental, jnanamaya kosha, intellectual ability, vijnanamaya kosha, spiritual platform is anandamaya kosha. So the bodily concept is annamaya kosha. It is only restricted to food, right? A person who is only with this level, not willing to or not able to go beyond that particular level, is known as only in the, we can see he is in tamoguna actually. Now we will be seeing everything, even the food what we eat, the type of food, whether we can say whether we are eating tamasic food or rajasic food or sattvic food. Okay, so we have to first know that the food what we eat is at the bodily level. Then we go to the second level, pranamaya kosha. That is the sense. What is that sense? I am not the body, I am the soul. So a person who goes to this level, he has got the Brahman realization. Beyond that, it is the mental. Just now again in the when Mataji was reading the meaning, we saw, right? The mind plays a very, very vital role. Mind decides finally. Of course, beyond that, we will see in the same 2.42, beyond mind is intelligence. Indriyani paranya kor indriyebhya param manaha manasastu parabudhir yo buddhe paratastu saha. See, first we will see the meaning and I will explain later. The working senses are superior to the dull matter. The mind is higher than the senses. Intelligence is still higher than the mind. And he, the soul, the Paramatma, is the Atma, that is the individual soul, is higher than the intelligence. So, the Krishna, to Krishna, Arjuna asked this question. He was so confused. Should I work? If I have to work, what kind of work I have to work? Then he is telling, Krishna, you tell me sometime to work, sometime not to work. So working is better or not working is better was his question. That is how Krishna is answering in this. That is what is sin, right? I told you in the beginning, out of 5 questions, compassion, etc. Why Arjuna did not want to fight. For the sin, we will get answer over here. So the first answer in the previous slide we got was, if we do not offer bhoga to the Lord and eat, it remains only the meal. It is not prasad. So that is number 1 sin. Now, why do we do it? Why are we not able to understand? Why are we not able to go till the Vijnanamaya kosha? That is the intelligence level of body. Because what matters here is the dull matter is the burst, the lowermost level. Beyond that, at least something is working. The senses are working, 5 senses, as I told, the sense organs, tongue, ears, nose, etc. Right? They are working. But beyond that, when you go subtle level, all these things, sense organs, karmendriya, dhyanendriya, that is the working organs, all these things are at the gross level. Mind, intelligence, and the ego, I. Okay, that is at the next sukshma level. So gross body and sukshma body. So now mind is higher than the senses. It should be, what should be we are seeing. What is the real inverted picture it is. Intelligence is still higher than the mind, because the intelligence has got the analytical ability. The intelligence knows which is right and which is wrong. The mind does not know which is right or which is wrong. The mind will say, everybody is enjoying a smoke, so let me also. But the intelligence will tell, oh no, see what is written on the cover. It kills, it is written. Do you want to die? If you're only straight away dying, it's fine, no problem. But you will be killing your family people by doing this. You will get cancer. Your family people will have to run from pole to the post, from this hospital to that hospital. Spend all the money what you earn in medicines only. This is the wisdom, intelligence. So what is intelligence? Intelligence is the ability to understand the difference between the right and the wrong. Mind only acquires knowledge. Mind has got the knowledge, but the intelligence tell you what is right, what should you do, what you should not do, what is sin, what is punya, what is papa. Okay, higher than the mind is intelligence. Of course, the last layer, kosha, that is the anandamaya kosha. That is the Sat Chit Anand, blissful. What is that? Understanding the soul level. So what is soul level? I am not this body, I am the soul. So whatever happens to this body is only going to be perished. But the soul will go, leave the body and go and enter another body with all the accumulated karmas. Okay, it's not that no karma ends with this life. Every single action what we perform has got a reaction, Newton's law. Okay, every single act, whether it is papa or punya. Even if you think, I'm going to give 1 lakh rupees donation to somebody, if you do not think in your mind, I'm doing it for Krishna, your pleasure. If I give with the ability, what you had given me, I have earned. So if I give this to somebody, I am giving it for you, because the other soul is also part and parcel of yourself only. So in some small little ways, if I can help that another soul, that means what? My purpose of this life is fulfilled. That is the reason, Krishna, I am doing like that. We have to do. We should not, give 100 rupees to a temple and say, okay, Panditji, you buy one, I don't know, 100 rupees, you get a tube light or not, any light bulb you buy, and you say, Prabhuji, please write my name under the bulb. That is not the punya karma. Okay, that is actually, we are again accumulating another papa. Okay, so we should not do that. So here you see the horses are compared to the senses. 5 horses, 5 senses and sense organs. And there's a ring going from each and every, that it comes from the mouth. You pull it, that the dogs have leash on the collar, right? We pull it, dogs cannot move. Similarly, you pull these reins, horses cannot move. So this control, that is mind. We have to keep it under our control. You leave it loose. The horse, all 5 horses can pull you from 5 directions. What will happen to the cart? The cart will topple down. Sometimes this one sense pulled you. Yes, is telling, come, go, and listen to jazz. and your eyes is going, come and go and watch the movie over there. But at the same time, your tongue is saying, somebody is giving a party, go there. These things, a movie you can watch later. Tomorrow they will not give you party. The movie will run for another 1 month, no problem. So we are pulled from all different directions. Instead, we should have the control of the rein within our hand. When is it possible? When the mind is trained. Krishna again says, trained mind is your friend, untrained mind is your enemy. Okay, so but whatever the mind says we should not do, Lord has given one higher level thing, that is the intelligence. Use the intelligence to understand what the mind is saying is correct or wrong. If it is correct, you do it for the sake of, again, pleasure of Krishna. If it is wrong, you leave it to Krishna and say, Krishna, sorry, this came on my way. I thought it was an opportunity, but I feel it's not good for me to do. You take care of me. Even if you do, you say, it came in front of me. I thought it is good for me. This is what my intelligence is saying, the benefit. I'm surrendering the reward under your lotus feet, Krishna. But at the back, you see, the soul is simply watching everything. What is happening? One horse is pulling the other, one sense is pulling the other. The mind is unable to control the reins. The intelligence does not have any single control over the mind, all wavering here and there. But the self only will watch. It will not take any decision. It will not do anything. It will simply watch us. So what is the lesson here? Whatever we think, whatever we do, even you don't have to do, you intend to do, especially in Kali Yuga. Why Kali Yuga is also prized in many. Bhagavatam says, in Kali Yuga, if you in your heart, sincere thought, you see, I want to go and attend Bhagavatam class today. Come whatever, I want to go. And it pours down like anything. It pours like a cat and dog. You are not able to move out of the house. What happened? The thought what you had, no, I want to attend today's Bhagavatam class. Sufficient. That is the, benefit of Kali Yuga. Similarly, reverse. You want to harm anybody, unless and until you physically harm them, that Papa will not come to you. This is Kali Yuga Dharma. So in this Kali Yuga, it is very difficult to control the mind because so many distractions. So many distractions. Earlier, this much was not there. And the days going to come are going to be really worse than what we have now. So if we do not train our mind to control the senses, we become slave to the senses. So obviously, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam. What will happen? Janma, Mrityu, birth, death, old age, disease. We will keep on rotating, circulating in this only. So unless and until the first step is to control the mind with the higher than the sense, the mind, higher than the mind, intelligence. That is a real intelligence. Real intelligence is the knowledge which tells you which is right and which is wrong. What should you do and what you should not. By only reading the Veda, by only understanding the Veda, nothing will happen until that time we are able to have this wisdom of understanding what is correct and what is wrong. Okay? Be a role model. Yes. So because once, okay, we will read the shloka and I'll explain. Yadyadacharate shreshta taddad evadaro janaha sayat paramanam kurute lokas tadanu vartate. Yadyad acharati shreshta. See, if, like advertisement comes of great actors, maybe I don't know who is the actor right now, very famous, Shah Rukh Khan, for example, olden movies, Amitabh Bachchan. Why they give such big personality? Because the common people, the normal janta, what do they think? Oh, Shah Rukh Khan and Amitabh Bachchan also do this. I also must do. Because they were considered as role models in the society, right? They were considered to be the great ones. The Aam Janata started following their path. So here, whatever action is performed by a great man, common man will definitely follow his footstep. And whatever standard he sets by his exemplary acts, all the world pursues. You see the picture over here. The mother duck is going. Mother duck is the leader over here. So others are the followers. So unless and until the mother duck really knows what is the right path, it is obvious, evident that the mother duck one is not only going to be ruined, but all the followers will be ruined. Mataji read in one of the translation, right? Whether we ruin our senses or not is in our mind. Once we start, again, who feeds the mind? The senses. So it has to start from controlling the senses. Then automatically the mind will really, because the input goes through these senses. Okay? Yes. This is again a very important word here. Anicham. Anicham. An is always, it is the prefix which we have for anti, happy, unhappy, right? Icha, wish, anicham, opposite to the wishes. What is it? We should not have any desire. The desire again becomes lust. We saw that ice cream story of yesterday. The satisfied lust becomes greed. Dissatisfied lust becomes anger, krodha, wrath. Just now again in one of the translation, Mataji read it, right? Okay. So here, dhumena vriyate pakhnir eta darsho malena cha eto blena vrito garbha tata tena damavritam. This is dhumena. Dhoom is the smoke. The fire comes from the smoke, right? Fire is hidden in the dhoom. Dhoop, we say, you know, like the smoke, when it comes out, we know there is fire. Similarly, when the, 1 minute. Similarly, when like the mirror is there, we know very well we can see our reflection in the mirror. But when that mirror is covered with the dust, full of dust, will we be able to see what is there behind? There's a story, you know, in this one husband and wife. The wife always used to criticize their neighbor. She always used to tell her husband, see the neighbor, they are like this, they keep their house so dirty. They, you know, so many things she used to say. The husband one day, what did he do? You know, he showed his wife. Today, you see, today he said, how come, what happened to these neighbors? Everything is looking so bright. Something happened to them. What is that miracle which has happened? So the Prabhu said, her husband said, nothing, no miracle happened with them. The miracle is within you, with us. I cleaned our window. Till now, you were not able to see. Everything was, you know, like seeing as if it was totally dusty. That means it was covered with the dust because our window was full of dust. Now I cleaned our window. You are able to see everything good. Everything good, what we think, everything good will come. It bounces back. Everything bad we think, whatever we see will be bad. In the Duryodhana's Sabha, Yudhishthira's, Dhritarashtra Sabha, Yudhishthira and Duryodhana. You remember, they say that, you know, go and find out who is better than you, a human being better than you. It was told to whom? Duryodhana. Go and find a better person than you. Yudhishthira. Find a lowermost mankind, Naradama, very, very lowermost. Find a person like that and bring. Okay. Both of them did not bring anybody. So when it was asked, Duryodhana, why didn't you bring? I was the greatest of all. I could not find any greater person than me. So I didn't bring. Same way here, Yudhishthira said, I found myself to be the Tucha, the lowermost. I could not find anybody lower than me. So how will I get? I have to elevate myself. Krishna, I am the lowermost. Help me. You know, like you see the bhava. We say in simply, you know, red glasses you wear and see everything seems to be red. Green you wear, everything seems to be green. So similarly here, as the smoke is, the fire is hidden in the smoke and the dust is covered by the mirror is covered by the dust. In the same manner, the embryo, the child, the embryo covers the child in the womb of the mother. So until the screens are opened, we cannot see the real entity. Unless until the embryo breaks and the child comes out, we can't see the child. Similarly, unless and until the smoke vanishes, then we do it now, like that panka we do. When we do it, what happens? The smoke vanishes and the fire comes out of that. Similarly, we clean our mirror, we can see our reflection on that. So what are we supposed to do for that, and how we can start? That is nothing other than the desire we have to control. So this is a very important verse, right? The chapter is so nice. Krishna tells very easily, we people say, do your duty, leave the rest. But Krishna is explaining so beautifully here, what is your duty? Not only by learning the Vedas, you will be able to fulfill your duty, but also at the same time, sacrificing the benefit also. You are performing the Vedic rituals. Who is responsible? Remember, Bhoktaram Yagyatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam Suhridam. I am residing in every heart, Hridaya. In everybody's Hridaya, I am residing. And I am the Bhokta, I am the enjoyer, I am the annihilator. One who knows this, Jnatva Mam, one who knows Shantim Richati, he gets the peace. So the peace formula is everything emanates, comes from the Lord and goes back with the Lord only. So that is what, that means what? Whatever work we do also, we are able to do because of His mercy. We are able to do because He has given us the ability to do. If you have to make a Prabhupada, who has beautifully explained in that example of making a potter making a pot. A potter will not be able to make a pot unless and until so many things what he needs is available. It's not only the clay he can make, right? Clay is there, that wheel is there. He can't make. There has to be a desire to come from, yes, I want to make it. No, but the clay is there and the machine and the wheel is there. Your mind says, this is not my job. My father used to do this job. He was a potter. I'm not going to be a potter like him. You don't have the desire, you will not learn it. So even the desire also a factor for making that pot, right? And everything is there. You do, one old man, he wants to make, all the ingredients are available, not even able to lift his hand. Where is the ability? Balam balavatam chaham. In 7th chapter, we will read, I am the strength in the strong. I am the prowess. Krishna himself says, I am the taste in the water. Rasoham apsu kaunteya. Prabhasmi shashi surya yoho. I am the heat in the sun. So everything is only because of the Lord. If we think that because of our desire, because of the, like the urge, the burning desire we had, we were able to do it. Very, 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 very wrong understanding. Okay. So the next, this is the last, right? First shloka, Arjuna tells Krishna, Krishna, you told us so many things. Don't do anything for this body because we are the soul. You said, Vanchas Jirani. That is, I think, 2.34 something. As we take out one cloth and wear another cloth, the soul also, Dehinosvinita Dehe Kaumaram Evanjara Tata Dehantara Praptir Dhirastatrana Muhyati. Deha Antara Praptim. What does the soul do? Leave this body and the soul enters another body. Same thing, Mansasi Jirani. When the cloth becomes worn out, the soul will remove this cloth and the soul will take another new cloth on this. So this is the, when we know this, I am not this body, I am the soul. Okay. So this is again the actual renunciation. Okay. Nishkama Karma Yoga. Nishkama Karma Yoga. That is what? But we should not have any attachment. Do your duty. leave the benefit, leave the reward. Why? What you are going to get? That is because of the Lord. Surrender it to the Lord. Karma Kanda to Karma Yoga. So doing the prescribed duty as prescribed in the Veda for the sake of our sense pleasure, for our material enjoyment, for our sense gratification. See, we all are again, as I told, part and parcel of the Lord. But what is the difference? Why we have fallen down? Yesterday I told we had that pride. Why everybody worships the Lord only? I am of his Swarupa. Krishnera Nitya Dasa. We were his eternal servant. But because of this pride, we came here. Similarly, that same pride, because of my own ability, my own understanding, my own knowledge, what I have accumulated, I am able to do the prescribed duties of the Veda. So what is the difference between Karma Kanda and Karma Yoga? Karma Kanda, we do it the same activities we do for sense enjoyment. We cook for our tongue. We cook for satisfaction of our hunger. But the same food, everything is the same. You bring the thought while cooking. Krishna, I am making it for you. I hope you like it, Krishna. Give me again the right thought when I'm making the prasadam, when I'm making the bhoga for you. The right attitude, the right gratitude that I have all the ingredients. I have the strength. I am able to make bhoga for you. That. So the surrender, everything is the Karma Yoga. Keep Krishna in the center. So what is the answer to Arjuna? It is not the sin, Arjuna. You are thinking it is sin which you are performing. No, without offering to the Lord, if you eat sin. Annad bhavati bhutani parjanyat anna sambhavaga yajnat bhavati parjanyo. Just now we saw that shloka, right? So those who are not offering to the Lord and eat, they eat only sins. So otherwise, if you offer every work what you perform to the Lord, it is not the sin. So get up, fight for the sake of me. For Krishna, I am fighting. Say that and start fighting. This is the answer Krishna is giving to Arjuna. Do the fight for my sake, not for your sake. And as I told again, these people are not the real people. The real soul will not get affected. It will take another body or it will come to my abode. It's only the body which is going to perish. This is a jnana. This is where we develop detachment. Whatever happens is happening to the body. It's not to me, the I, the soul. Okay? Then in that case, Yadyadacharati Shreshta. Whoever follows whichever path as a great personality. So what do we have to do here? We follow our acharyas, great acharyas. Yesterday we again saw that picture. You remember that, the Lord Supreme Personality of Godhead giving the Vedas to Brahma, Brahma giving it to Narada, Narada giving it to Vyasadeva, Vyasadeva giving it to Shukadev Muni. Here on this side, when we come to the Bhagavatam, we come on this side. That is again our Bhakti Vinoda Swami Thakur, and then Kishora Baba Dasa. He is his disciple, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and his disciple, Srila Prabhupada. His disciple, our Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. Okay, his disciple, Namanishta Prabhu. Okay, we have to be very grateful and we have to follow their path as they are our leader. Because, see, we all may be wondering, Mataji, if we are the Amsha of the Lord, why are we not, following the truth? Such Chitanand, we say him. So why don't we follow his pathway only? Why? Why are we not able to follow? We know, because we are that Brashta. We have started thinking that it is the I. The I is the real my body. We are not able to, right? Okay. So who is our greatest enemy? Who does not let us come to this conclusion that Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam, he is the enjoyer, nothing but our senses. All this, it is said that our body has got 9 gates, 2 eyes, 2 nose, 2 nostrils, right? 2 eyes, ears. So, and the mouth, the genitals and the anus, 9 gates. All these 9 gates are, it's a sense, something, it's acquiring, something or the other. It acquires the taste, it acquires the knowledge, it acquires whatever we see. So once we stop a, door over here, door stopper, good things only will enter. The things which are not good for bhakti will not enter my eyes or ears. I will watch movie, definitely, but like which is Krishna movies. I will read books, yes, Krishna book. I will eat only prasadam, not anything what I like. So this kind of control will lead us to karma yoga automatically. So keeping Krishna in the center, performing all sacrifices, performing all yajnas are the actual Veda. So the Karmakandi people who tell the Veda mantra for their livelihood, for their satisfaction. Sometimes they feel so happy. That 7 days Bhagavata Saptah, people say, I'm not, criticizing anybody. I am no one to criticize. But the thing is, and we should not hear from them. We should not. We should only hear from the acharyas who have come in the disciplic succession. Because Jnana Tattvavit, they are the Tattvavit. What is tattva? This is the fact, reality. There is a truth. They are the knower of the real truth. Okay, so that is tattvavid. In this chapter only, Arjuna is asking Krishna, that is, who are these people? Like Krishna says, Sthita Prajna. Sthita Prajna means what? All their focus is always on Krishna, which is Karma Yoga. So how are these people? Krishna, how do they walk? How do they sit? How do they think? He asks, Sthita Prajna ka bhasha. What is their language? How do they talk? Then Krishna gives beautiful answers in this chapter, who all are Sthita Prajnas, who only work only for the pleasure of the Lord, who always think about the happiness. When will my Lord be happy? If I do what, Krishna will become happy. That kind of thought. So we all have to become from Karma Kandi to Karma Yogis. Do the same things. Go to school, study, get good marks. But you just say, Krishna, if I get good marks, my soul will be happy. You are sitting inside and you will watch this. How happy you will feel then, right? Like that we have to think. So, Karma Yoga. So, 3rd chapter, Karma Yoga is the renunciation of the benefit of the karmas, the prescribed activities, duties, as per the Vedas. So Kali-yuga Dharma is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. As again I told you, in any dharma you take, doing half dharma is also 1,000 times better than not doing or doing somebody else's dharma. So what is our dharma? Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam. Leave everything under the lotus feet of the Lord is the dharma. Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji, any doubt? Mataji, anybody? Chat? Is there any question? No question at all. You can raise your hand. They can raise their hand if they have any doubt.
Yes.
Yes, Matajis, Prabhujis. These things are, practical. In life, this is what happens. These days, we hear everywhere, here and there, so many people, everybody for that matter, in depression. Why? Because we don't get the benefit. We expect something, we don't get it, we get into depression. People commit suicide like anything. This body does not belong to me. The Lord is sitting inside. How can we take it for granted that I don't get something? Let me finish my life. These are the lessons which we are not able to understand. Simple lesson. Doing is in my hand. What benefit I will get is not in my hand. Why should I long for something when I can't do something? That story again, like one the professor keeps on saying the same joke again and again and again. First time everybody laughs, second less. 10th time when he says nobody laughs. Then they say, who will? He said, what is the matter? You all laughed in the beginning. They said, what is the point of, in saying the same joke and how can we laugh? Then he says, then the same pain you have, no? The incident happened 1 month before. And you are still crying for the same thing. Long back it got over. Learn to move on. It's not in our hand. Leave it. If God gives us, that is the difference between a bhakta, a devotee, and a normal person. A devotee takes everything as Krishna Prasad. The fire, the lightning destroys the house. He will simply sit outside the house and start chanting. Oh, my house caught fire. Fine. Outside places, then let me sit and chant. This is what he does. Why? Because Krishna wanted that. It belongs to him. He took it. That invocation prayer of Ishopanishad. Ishavasyam idam sarvam yatkinta jagatyam jagat. Everything, the whole entire universe, world, everything is his. Tena tektena bhunjita. Magrita kasyas vidhanam. No done is mine. No strength is mine. Nothing is mine. Everything belongs to him. If I'm talking, it is because of him. If I'm hearing, it is because of him. Right? Okay. Thank you, everybody. Nobody is asking doubt. You all should ask. Right? So that at least, see, tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevayam. It is soul. Who is, we have to submissively, not with arrogance, ask our gurus doubts. What happens with that one doubt? One person asking one doubt. Who knows? So many in this platform may be benefited. We are not aware of that, right? How many are going to be benefited? So we should never keep the doubt to ourselves only. So again, here the Jnana Yoga. Don't be very proud. I accumulated this knowledge. I asked the doubt. My doubt is clear. No, for the sake of others. If I ask, others also will be benefited. And I'm not a great person to reply, but definitely whatever doubt you ask, I will try to, so many the lectures of, acharyas, gurus, so many Prabhujis. Otherwise, I'll tell you, okay, Mataji, I don't know this. I will ask and let you know. Right? Okay? Hare Krishna. Again, no doubt.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. So should we end, Mataji, if there is no doubt, no chat message?
Yes.
Okay. Vancha kalpata rupasya kripa sindhu bhayeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna, all glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. Can all of us chant today? Because today we learned that Kali Yuga Dharma is chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So I am unmuting everybody. All of us can recite. Okay? After I say the Pranam Mantra, we will say the Maha Mantra. Okay? Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Please recite all of you 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. All of you can unmute. I unmuted everybody. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So if any mistake I had committed, kindly forgive me. I am also learning with all of you. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much for, motivating
Hare
our
Krishna.
Beauty is to learn the shlokas and the meaning translation. Hare Krishna Mataji, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much
Bhagavad Pranam. Thank you,
for
Mataji.
another nice class.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
So, should I end the meeting, Mataji? Varsha Mataji, you want to
Yes,
write some
Mataji.
question?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Hari Bol. I'm ending the meeting with the permission of everybody. Hare
Yes.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.